Tell me when you're good. All right. Sige. We'll be joined by SFA in a few minutes. Secretary, yes. Secretary, yes. Pwede na? Thank you. Ano dito? Sige, sige. Good? All right. 23 May 2017, Moscow. The President has called me and asked me to announce that as of 10 p.m. Manila time, he has already declared martial law for the entire island of Mindanao. Esdes Guevara has clarified that this is possible on the grounds of existence of rebellion because of what is happening in Mindanao, based on Article 7, Section 18 of the Constitution. This is good for 60 days. I'm going to defer now to Secretary Del Lorenzana, Secretary of National Defense, to give us a backgrounder, and then to Secretary Alan Cayetano of the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Good evening. At 2 p.m. this afternoon, Manila time, joint elements of the Army and the police were trying to serve a warrant of arrest on Isnilon Hapilon at Barangay Basak Marutlot in Marawi City when they were met with firefight or firearms, gunfire from the group of Hapilon Isnilon. At the same time, other groups also of the Maoti and ISIS, group of ISIS, this Maoti is ISIS inspired, started also to occupy some establishment in Marawi City. They occupied the Amay Pakpak Hospital. This is a hospital under the DOH, the City Hall, City Jail, and part of the MSU compound. Fight ensued, and our troops reacted properly. But as of tonight in the Philippines, they were the Maoti group burned several facilities: the St. Mary's Church, the City Jail, and the Dansalan College. The Maoti fighters still occupy also the main street of Marawi City. It's called the Quezon Street, and two bridges leading to the city. As of tonight, there were 3 killed government troops, 1 PNP and 2 Army, and 12 wounded. The whole of Marawi City is blacked out. There is no light, and there are snipers, Maoti snipers all around. So the troops are still on holding, and several troops elements have already joined them from other neighboring units, and tomorrow morning we are bringing in more troops from Zamboanga and Manila. I talked to the commander of the 1st Division, Major General Rolando Bautista, a while ago, just maybe 5 minutes ago, and he gave me this update. Later, I talked to the governor of Lanao del Sur, Governor Adjong, and he also told me the same thing. Now, There are no civilians are roaming around. They are all in their houses, but there were several houses also that were burned surrounding the other facilities that were burned earlier. Now that is all that we can give you at this moment. We are still waiting for other development.
Before that.
Good afternoon. I have spoken to my counterpart here in Moscow and have explained the situation, and they understand that the security of the Filipino people, especially in Marawi and the whole Mindanao, is a priority. They understand that the presence of President Duterte is essential in the Philippines. But I will be staying behind. The agreements will be signed, and we will have a bilateral meeting with the Honorable Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Lavrov. They will announce it, but they are now making arrangements because the President feels that he is needed in Manila as soon as possible. So they will make an announcement, either presidential spokesman or someone else in the cabinet. No? But definitely the agreements will push through, but the President will not be staying until 24th and the 25th. We'll make that announcement later.
We will continue to encourage the community in Marawi and in Mindanao to please take all precaution, cooperate with authorities, and stay calm. We were open now to a few questions.
Sir, just to fine-tune the declaration, what are the areas in Mindanao that is covered? And
It is the entire island of Mindanao.
because of that, what will be the security setup there?
The details will be forthcoming. Any other questions?
Sir, what about in Manila? Is there a need to declare a state of emergency, considering that there has been declaration before by the PNP chief himself that there's some presence of ISIS in Manila?
What the President has done is just to declare only for the island, entire island of Mindanao, including Basilan and Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi.
Sir, question. Just a clarification. There are reports that it's an ISIS attack, and you're saying it's a Maute group with ASG. What group is behind the attack in Marawi?
It is actually Maute Islam ISIS because they have they're the same.
If it's an ISIS attack, does it mean that it has an international backing?
I believe so because we already there has been a report that came to me from Baghdad that they are already seeing these pictures in the website of ISIS. No, I think the website of ISIS in the Middle East.
So there's prior information to this attack in that website?
Maybe no, but you can always stream those information immediately, just as we are doing now. Yeah. I also got pictures of those people just today from Marawi.
Secretary Ana, would that mean that the meetings with Medvedev and President Putin are scrapped?
Again, the presence of the President, the physical presence is needed in the Philippines. That is the President's assessment. And his priority is always the protection of each and every Filipino. He will act within the framework of the Constitution. We will follow all rules and regulations. Now, the meetings between President Duterte and President Putin and President Duterte and Prime Minister Medvedev will be postponed. And but we are in the process of arranging that the President Putin and President Duterte will be able to speak most probably it'll be a phone call because President Putin is not in Moscow at this point in time.
Good afternoon, sir. Good evening na pala. Sir, may magkakaroon po ng forced evacuation sa mga civilian communities para mag-give way po sa possible surgical operations.
Wala pa ngayon. Ang sinasabi namin doon stay in their homes muna. Huwag silang mag-cut-cut sa paligid ngayong gabi dahil wala nang ilaw at maraming snipers ng mga ISIS na mauti doon na nag-aabang baka mapagkamalan silang sundalo. Also, the soldiers will also might mistake them to be the enemy. So, stay put muna sa mga bahay nila. And then tomorrow when it's light, so malalaman natin kung ano pang gagawin natin doon. We may require them to get out of the homes or evacuate them, but we will provide the evacuation facilities like transportation para makaalis sila. Kung magkaroon talaga ng house-to-house fighting dyan sa Marawi.
May we know how the president decided, what was his thought process and what were the events that led to his deciding to declare martial law? Was he briefed? Who briefed him? Was his decision also suggested by defense officials?
He met with his own group, and we will just have to leave it at that. The full details we don't have.
His own group, sorry?
Yes.
His own group?
No, his group of advisors. Okay, we don't have the details about the composition of the advisors.
Secretary Lorenzana, considering the urgency of the situation in Mindanao, you think there's a necessity to ask for immediate military support or assistance, either in China or here in Russia?
None. I think we can do this. We just have to reshuffle our troops. Medyo nabigla lang sila doon because they were expecting to arrest Mr. Isnilon. They didn't know that he was backed up by more or less about 100 armed fighters. But we will be able to contain them as we go along, maybe tomorrow or the next 2 days.
Yun ho bang Marawi area matagal na hong pinamumugaran ng mga Mauti group at ito ho ba'y matagal ng
Yes.
nasubaybayan ng
If you remember, we were able to, we bombed them in Butig. Isnilon was there in Butig early this year, and they were scattered. And it's coming out now from the reports of the military that they have a lot of sympathizers in Marawi City, so they were able to infiltrate Marawi without the knowledge of the military. That's why they were able to go there undetected, maybe posing as civilians coming to the city until they saw this. If they did not see Isnilon siguro, they will not be able to have this incident because Isnilon was there. He was seeking medical attention, and when he was approached to be his hideout or his safe house was approached to arrest him, they started firing at our soldiers. That's why there was this encounter.
Thank you.
We'll have to confine it to the last two questions because I'll be deferring now to Sec. Alan Cayetano.
Pia, just to add to your question, to add to the answer, no? The President does not take lightly the declaration of martial law of any part of the Philippines. In fact, this option was an option in the past. He has announced that there are groups that have been auditioning for recognition in ISIS, and both Secretary Lorenzana and Secretary Esperon and our Chief of Staff Anyo and Chief PNP De La Rosa have continuously briefed you about certain security threats in Mindanao. The President doesn't take this lightly because he knows and his cabinet knows that there are implications, for example, in tourism. The mere declaration of martial law would dissuade some from going to Mindanao at this point in time. But the priority of the President is the safety, the lives, and the property of the people of Mindanao. So he cannot sacrifice the lives of people for any amount of money or for any economic reason. So please rest assured that the details will come in later because of two reasons. One, they're focused now on the situation. Number two, there are many things that they cannot discuss at this point in time because the groups in Mindanao who are being monitored are also monitoring what we will say here. And we cannot reveal the strategy or the military tactics or the actions of the civilian government. No? So we apologize at this time, but we will be transparent and give you the information you need as soon as we are capable of giving it without endangering the lives of the men in uniform, especially in Mindanao.
I think we need to defer to the statement of the Secretary Cayetano regarding the delicacy of the matter. So let me just end now.
Do you still, Yusek, do you still maintain sa mga ating officials, do you still maintain your previous statement that the government is still in control of the situation in Marawi considering may mga lumalabas na...
My statement, if you were listening to it, is this. He has full confidence in AFP and MPNP's management of the situation. All right? And so that is why he's returning also to the Philippines. And so let us continue to trust in the process.
Okay, let me just ask Secretary Lorenzana, is the government in full control of Marawi right now?
Of course. I told you a while ago, I just talked to the division commander. General Bautista is supposed to be in Polacan, Zamboanga del Sur, but he is now in Marawi. It's starting this morning. So sabi niya, wala namang problema. I will just try to hold the ground tonight so that we can bring in more troops maybe tonight and tomorrow morning. So, under control yan.
Sec Lorenzana, how many troops of the Maute and ISIS are we talking about? And meron po bang nagkaroon ng lapse sa intelligence kaya nakapasok sila ng hindi undetected sa Marawi?
Alam naman natin na nandiyan sila eh. And in fact, there was this big firefight somewhere in Piagapo and sa mga mountainous dyan area surrounding Marawi City. And I don't think there is a lapse of intelligence. It's just appreciation of the intelligence that was lacking there. Baka hindi nila, akala nila kayang-kaya, but you know, it's just, there's intelligence there. It's just the appreciation of what the intelligence means that medyo nagkamali sila.
Thank you very much.
Sir, one last.
Sir, why all of Mindanao, sir?
Well, that is the declaration of the President. All right?
Secretary Lorenzana.
Because there are also problems in Zamboanga, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi, and also in Central Mindanao, in the BIF area. And we also have some problems in Region 11, yung mga pangungutong ng mga NPA. So sabi nga ni Presidente, he has been telling these people that if I declare martial law, tatapusin ko lahat ng problema. So kaya nga buong Mindanao na.
So related to your statement, how is a declaration of the martial law going to help with the problem with Maute and all of that?
Well, we were able to control their movement. We can lahat ng dapat gawin sa martial law, we will implement. Control of movement, searches and arrest or detain people for
Warrantless arrest, sir.
Suspension of writ of habeas corpus, and details sa palo na lang.
So, sir, yung arrest will begin.
Wrong. Details to follow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No, we'll give a statement about kung kailan alis. Okay? We will, as soon as possible, we will. Pero ang biyahe is about 12 hours. No. Except he will be staying. We will, okay, off the record muna to. We intend to leave as soon as possible. If
Hawak sa kanya, sir.